10 kilometers above you, an invisible battle is raging. On one side are tiny particles that bounce sunlight back to space, cooling the planet. On the other are sooty specks that absorb heat, pushing temperatures up. For 50 years, we've cleaned our skies to protect our lungs, only to discover we may have been ripping away a parasol that was shielding us from the full force of climate change. This is the secret war for our climate, where the enemy might be the very pollution we fought to get rid of. Who are these invisible combatants? They're called aerosols, tiny solid or liquid particles hanging in the air. Think sea salt, dust, and volcanic ash, but also diesel soot and sulfates from power plants. Most last only a week or two, but in that time, they decide how much of the sun's energy Earth keeps. Light-colored sulfates scatter sunlight. Dark black carbon absorbs it. They're like squabbling twins in our atmosphere. Meet the cooling heroes. When Mount Pinatubo erupted in 1991, it blasted 20 million tons of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere, and global temperatures dropped by half a degree Celsius for 2 years. Ships do a smaller version of this every day, creating bright clouds that reflect sunlight. Scientists estimate that human-made sulfate aerosols are currently offsetting about one-third of the warming we've caused with carbon dioxide. Section 3. Enter the warming villains. Black carbon, or soot, is the second largest contributor to global warming after CO2. When it lands on Arctic snow, it accelerates melting. Unlike sulfates, cutting black carbon is a clear win-win. It falls out of the sky in weeks, and reducing it saves millions of lives. The problem? Policies often target all aerosols at once, removing the good with the bad. The policy paradox. Since 1990, Europe has slashed its sulfur emissions by 80%. Skies got clearer and acid rain retreated. But during that same time, the continent's rate of warming sped up. Climate models show that this aerosol cleanup likely explains about half of the accelerated warming trend since 2000. In effect, cleaning the air unmasked the warming that was already there. Geoengineering. Handing the reins to humans. Some researchers now propose deliberately spraying sulfate particles into the stratosphere to mimic a volcanic eruption. The potential risks are huge: shifting rainfall patterns, ozone depletion, and the terrifying question of who controls the planet's thermostat. The technology is moving much faster than our ability to govern it. What happens if we do nothing? If we continue scrubbing cooling sulfates from the air while CO2 emissions keep rising, models project we could